Welcome to the journey of healing. Depression. I fell pregnant and it was bad. It was horrible. I didn't want to die, but there were thoughts that wanted me to die. We cannot rectify the past mistakes. We just have to use the mistakes to live on. This is the book that I read. It's called The Art of Being Alone. And people think you just want attention. Three, two, one. It is noodles time. I'm glad to be back. Hello. Biggest shout out to my new subscribers. Welcome to my welcome to my crew. You are my besties. So yeah, if you're a new subscriber, I welcome you in the name of my noodles. You guys are welcome, and I hope you're here to stay. And my old gang, thank you guys for staying and keeping up with my content. We've reached 800 subscribers. Anyways, yeah. So today it's lunch again, and I've come here to speak to you guys while eating my noodles. Anyways, today I'm going to speak about something so deep, so crazy, so emotional, so frustrating, so bad, so good. I don't know how to call it, but today I'm going to be talking about that. I recently celebrated my birthday. I think it's a week ago, and I just reflected on how things had been like a couple years ago. No, for the past few years. So I just decided, let me share with you guys. I don't know who this is gonna be for, but if it's for you, then welcome to the journey of healing. So I'm going to speak about how I overcame depression. Obviously depression, I don't think it goes away like 100%, but I mean how I learned to deal with it, but I think I'm not depressed anymore. Depression, anxiety, suicide thoughts, stress, hopelessness, all those funny bad things. So yeah, firstly let me just give you a short background of how it happened or what happened. So I started losing myself when COVID started, because obviously the work was too much. I was in the States, and now all 4 kids that I was taking care of were now home. So the work was just way too much. It was piling up, and I didn't know how to deal with it. And then I decided to change families, and that was the worst thing I did for myself, because the other family as well, they had a baby, like 3 months old baby. So they wanted to be so cautious about it. No one must come in, nobody must go out, just stay in the house. You get paid, just stay in the house. So that was the bigger problem. So now I started losing my mind. And then I couldn't deal with that. So I just went back home. It's acting up today. I don't know why. Maybe it's time for an upgrade, but no money, no honey. So yeah, when I got home, the plan was just to stay for a few months, like 2 months, 3 months or whatever, because I had already gotten another job offer, but I didn't tell anybody about it. So Joe, cut the long story short, I fell pregnant. And yeah, me and my baby daddy were not in good terms at that point, but I fell pregnant. Don't ask me how. But yeah, we did it. We had a child. And yeah, depression, stress, plus after giving birth, stress is another stress. So yeah, I started losing it from there. So yeah, it was just too much. I was just questioning my life a lot, threatening my own life, threatening life of the people around me. and it was bad. It was horrible. When I look back now, I see actually it was very, very bad. Um, so cool. The reason I decided to move to Cambodia was when now the depression was getting worse. Worse in a sense of whenever I see anything, I just see it as a weapon to kill myself. When I get into the car to drive anywhere, the first thing that would come to my head, let me just bump something and just die. And the problem is, even if these other people, like my son is in the car, I'd still want to do that, which was very bad. And also, if I see any object, I'll just think, okay, maybe I can use this and kill myself, like those kind of things. And also, I didn't want to see myself in a situation where people are fighting or anybody's fighting me. The moment there is quarrel or argument, and then I'll just like feel like exploding, feeling like, okay, now it's the time to just take it off, like just go, just die. That was me. But yeah, that was the madness that I was going through. And now the worst part was, now I would be scared to even go out because I didn't want to die, but there were thoughts that wanted me to die. So I just lock myself in the house. Even when I had to go out, like go to the mall or go to the stores to buy something, my brain would tell me that brain is gonna come back, and what are you gonna do? And I'd become so scared that this is so embarrassing, but I'm glad I'm over it. I'd like pee on myself, not like in the car or anywhere, like even if I'm at the mall or just walking anywhere, I just like pee on myself because I was gonna be so scared. Okay, what if something happens? What if anything or anybody comes after me? Like, I was just scared. And the sad part was where I tried to communicate the side of my mental issue to people, but nobody was listening, nobody was paying attention. So I just sometimes have to force myself to go out, knowing very well what's gonna happen. So yeah, it got to that point. And also, I think the worst is where I'd like want to walk. If my brain is going off, I just wanted to walk. At that point where I'm walking even in places where I could die, like anything could happen to me. And I remember the last walk I took was from if you stay in Pretoria, you know, Pretoria Gardens to Pretoria West, and I was passing through this other bridge straight to Marawastad and stuff like that. So those other guys passed and they're like, well, now why are you walking alone here? Do you want to die? Do you know this place is not safe? Even for us, it's not safe. I didn't respond. But at that point, because your mind is off, it's like you don't care whether people can come and rape you or kill you or whatever. It doesn't matter at that point. But honestly speaking, a part of me is glad that I went through all those things, because now I know how it feels not to be okay. I feel like I know how it feels when you're not mentally okay. And now I'll also get to a point where I feel like my son is the problem and I wouldn't want him. Like, I'll just get irritated when I see him. I feel like, nah, you're the reason why I'm here. Why did I have a child? Maybe if I didn't have a child, my life was going to be better and all that. So it was just all those crazy things. And also, I didn't like talking. I didn't want to sort anything out. If there's a problem, I just wanted it to just pass. So if anybody wanted to sort the problem out, even if it's 12 a.m., I'll just take my stuff and want to go. And I'll tell myself, okay, this is the day that I die. And yeah, that was how it was happening. Yeah, so I cried a lot. I really cried a lot. I cried way too much. I cried to a point where I even started posting my crying videos so people can see, I'm not okay. But it's funny how people will just, like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. People will just come to your videos and say, hey, contact this number, free depression line, blah, blah, blah. But at that point, those things, they don't work. They don't even help at all. Like, you're not even thinking of calling a random stranger. You just want people around you to just come and give you the love that you feel like you need. But I wasn't getting that. Like, I wasn't getting any of that from my family members, from my friends, from anyone around me. I wasn't getting that. Everybody was just trying to find solution that is professional, but it's not what I needed at that point. And I think I was getting frustrated more because I'm getting things I don't want. I just want to be okay. I just want to be normal. And yeah, I wasn't getting it. So I got into that part where I was feeling alone. As your car. If you notice very well, if you're around me, I went off Instagram because I felt like, nah, I don't belong where. Before I was like a full-time Instagrammer. My followers were like so high, and then they started dropping, and then I started questioning myself, am I ugly? What is wrong with me? Blah blah blah. How do you go from 30k to 12k? Like those things. But at the end of the day, I don't know. But I stopped posting, and then I went on TikTok. I became a TikTok addict that wants to post videos every time, every day, every single minute, because that's how I kept myself busy. But yeah. So my biggest move to actually come here was when I went to the doctor. I don't even remember what I was going there for. I think I was going for prescription. And I'll forever be grateful for this doctor, honestly speaking. And yeah, I was going for pills, I remember. And I told her I want pills for this and this and this and this and this and this. She's like, okay. And then she asked me, do you believe in God? And I'm like, yes. And I think her words that came after that were the ones that made me remember, actually, even through, actually, let me wipe my tears, I'll be back. Okay, so yeah, she just spoke to me, and she told me, I told her, I feel like I'm too late, like my time in life is up. And she's like, no, it's not up. She's like, I'm a doctor, but there's still certain things that I want. And you are there, you might be looking at me, okay, because we're the same age, because I'm a doctor, I've actually accomplished everything. And then she asked me, what's the first thing that you'd like to do? I told her that I wish I could change my metric results, because the way they are, they make me sick, they make me angry. Every time I look at them, I get angry because of whatever that happened, and that I'll share probably one another day. So she said, sometimes we cannot rectify the past mistakes. We just have to use the mistakes to live on. My certificate, I had banned it a long time ago. I didn't even want to see that thing. I didn't want anything to do with it. And the first thing I did, I went out to print my certificate, and that's when I decided, you know what, it's time to take a break from SA. Let me move away from everyone and see how I'm gonna be. So I did my stuff. I found AVSE, and then they told me, okay, you can come. We don't normally do this, but you can bring your son. And that's when I came with my son, and I left everything. I lost everything that I had, or everything that I owned, and I came here. And that's how my journey of healing started. So when I first got here, firstly, Cambodia is not a fancy country. It's like a normal country. So it's not something that when you get there, you're like, "Ooh, I can't wait to make my life better." And there's no, doesn't give that. So it had to be me and myself to agree. You know what? You either do what you want to do here, or you don't do it at all, or you get back to whatever that you were and go back home. First 2 months, my son was going crazy. He was angry, violent, was fighting with me. Anything that he found, he would beat me with it. And I've started feeling like, what the hell is wrong with this child? And what the hell is wrong with me? What have I done? Why did I take the child away to come into a country that I don't even understand. And then I was getting into the depression again because I don't know what to do. The child is not, he's not understanding. Now I'm thinking this child hates me, eh? And the depression again started escalating from that, and I was crying every day. I started drinking a lot, drink before, like in the morning, afternoon, in the evening. I was drinking just so that I don't get to stay sober, because when I'm sober I feel like everything is just stuck in my head. And also I still try to communicate it out. I'm like, you know what, I don't think I'm coping, but life doesn't give you what you want. And yeah, things went east and west from anyway. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah, I feel like I have a lot of things to say, but I'm trying to cut it short so that the video is not too long. But to cut the story short again, I read a book, right? It's called let me just show you guys. Okay, so this is the book that I read. It's called The Art of Being Alone. I don't know why I bought it, but yeah, I just saw it while scrolling on Facebook somewhere. I'm like, The Art of Being Alone. I'm actually feeling alone. Hey, let me just get this so that I can master this. And after I read that book, my life changed, like, completely. It changed in a way that I was also surprised. I'm like, are you for real? Is this you? So it was just like a transformation where you had paint all over your body, and then someone just takes you and dip you inside water, and then it takes away all the paint stains on your body. My life changed. Today my phone doesn't want, okay? It doesn't want, like, it does, it's refusing. Anyways, yeah, I started feeling like life now made sense, and I didn't need anyone. I don't know how, if it has done best or worst, but right now I'm at the point where I don't care. Okay, I do care about people, but you here for me, you're not here for me, it's fine. You're my friend, you're not my friend, it's fine. You're my mom, you're not my mom, it's fine. You're my I don't, like, I've mastered this part of learning to live with myself. I don't get bored anymore. I don't get annoyed by myself. I don't get annoyed by all those things, and it feels good, because when you're going through something, because you can solve it yourself, it means also someone out there can solve it. So we shouldn't expect the world to come solve our problems. So I was starting to get into that, and honestly, it was the best feeling ever. I was happy. I was starting to become happy, and I had motivation to do stuff. And that's when I started my weight loss journey, which I quit, but I lost. And I started getting into YouTube again. I started creating content for Instagram. I started getting out there, man. I was now becoming myself, the person that I know. And yeah, it felt good. It felt good, actually. So on my birthday, I just looked at my old TikTok videos, and I saw, actually, God has been great. He's been amazing. He has definitely seen me through, and he has shown me every kind of aspect. What am I saying? He has proved to me that he exists and he's there for me, and beyond all and everyone, it's him that I would thank over and over again. And I've learned to let things run naturally. If I'm in pain, let's say you get caught, if the sky is painful, you feel pain, but if it's not painful, you won't feel pain. So I've now learned to let things run naturally. If it's a situation, then it makes me feel bad or makes me feel painful, then it's fine. It's supposed to be like that. If it's a thing that makes me happy, then I become happy. Now I don't look at it like, oh, yesterday I was happy, today I'm sad, oh, I want to die. No, I don't want to die. I do not want to. Oh, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Like, I'm at that point in my life, I don't want to die. There's more to life than death. That is me right now. That girl that was getting into the car thinking, okay, Jojo, it's time for us to go, my boy. And then I'll drive at a higher speed. She's gone. RIP to her. She's gone. I'm now a completely different person, and I can feel it, and you can see it. I mean, when someone is happy but faking it, you can tell. And that was me for the past years, where I was pretending to be happy. I was preaching about happiness, but I didn't have it. And for the fact that, this is the craziest part, I told my mom, I want to get admitted in a mental institution. My mom was like, you are crazy. Like, your brain doesn't work. I said, I want to get, you see, take me to the hospital. I am not feeling okay. If I see other people there that are not normal, then I'll know I'm normal. But at this point, I don't think I'm normal. My mom was like, nah, that's not the way. And at that point, it made sense. So I did want to get admitted to a mental state. Mental institution. Not it is happiness is taking my English away. But anyways, yeah. My phone doesn't want all those things that I'm doing. But anyways, I've done it. I've been through it all. I've cried. I've cut myself. I've tried to run into cars to bump me. I've sped up on a car trying to bump anybody. Didn't happen. I've tried to overdose. I didn't die. I've tried to live on those pills, depression pills, wara. Those things, they got me mad, eh? I just started getting worse. I become fine for a minute. When they start running out of your system, you become a mad person, eh? That's when you want to be admitted in a mental institution. So I cannot tell you how you can sort yourself. I cannot tell you how you can solve your own life or get out of the zone that you're in. But the one thing that I can say is, don't give up on God. Don't be like me when I gave up on God and my life went straight ahead to hell. God does things at his own time, at his own way. Just listen. You know, God speaks, and sometimes we miss the point because we're not listening. Just listen. Pay attention. God is going to send you someone, maybe the same way he sent someone to me to save me. God is going to give you signs. God is going to give you a way how to get out of that zone that you're in. I know how painful it is. I know, trust me, I know how painful it is to be saying you want to die and nobody takes you serious and people think you just want attention. I know where people say, just take a look of how beautiful your life is. You have this, you have that, you have a child. Why would you want to die? And at that point, nothing makes sense. It's a difficult time. It's a difficult period that I do not wish even on my worst enemy. So if you're going through the same thing and you're out there ready to throw the towel, ready to take your life, maybe it's not your time. If I was there, I was going to probably say more words. If you know someone that's going through the same thing, just be there for them. There is no support that feels better than people being there for you. Sometimes you don't have to be there to speak. Just be there. Just give them a hug. Just get them out of the zone. Take them out to the park. Take them for a walk. They just need to get out of that mind. And you would have done a difference than just being judgmental. Hey, bruh, let him die. If he wants to die, just let them die. Hey, at your age, you're still thinking death is the solution, bruh. At that moment, it makes sense. I just thank God that in everything that I've tried, I didn't die. I got sick. I think it's also part of the things that led me to lose my previous pregnancy, because I was going through a lot of stress. I was threatening my own life a lot. I was going crazy. I was going mad. And yeah, sometimes we live in situations where instead of learning or gaining anything, we lose everything. That was me a few months ago, and I'm here now. Those tears are not tears of pain. Those are tears of joy, because I am so happy. I cannot explain it. I'm so happy. Like I can't even explain it better than anything. It feels good to be here. It feels good to just have a bad day, but don't think, okay, this is the day where you die. No. At this point, whenever it feels like that, I just want to pray. Whenever I have a bad day, I just want to ask God, how do we do this? How do we get out of this? Unlike before. And it's good. It feels good. And if you are here and you're watching this, I hope you get to this point where everything feels normal, everything feels natural, and it feels okay to be okay. Yeah, and I think I'm done. In whatever that you guys do, pray for me not to go back there. It's hell. I hope I stay happy so then I can entertain you guys. Yeah. Anyways, don't forget to pray. If you need my prayer, just say pray for me.